What's up, you lovely people? Hope you're doing well. We decided to make a 180-degree turn from our last video. Hence, Otaku Sensei will be recommending the top 10 harem anime where the main character is surrounded by many cute girls. And I know the horny can't wait, so I'll make this short. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and let the lists expand. We begin strong with Showman Sample. You would think going to an elite all-girls school is as good as it gets, but thankfully with examples like prison school, armed girls Machiavellianism, all-girls schools are not all sunshine, rainbows, and swimsuits, we know it can be not so great. And such is the case in the elite school where our main character got enrolled to, against his will. He is to be used as an example for the high-class ladies on how normal folks and men go through their lives. Now you might think, that's not that bad actually. But here's the catch. If our boy got caught in a relationship with one of the girls, let alone with an erection, he is to be castrated. Or as Luffy puts it, he will say bye-bye to his manly jewels. And the fact he is surrounded by eccentric individuals like a cute silver hair alali, a hot clumsy samurai girl, a busty elegant blonde, and a good-looking tomboy doesn't help. Next, we have R15. The show is about a boy who attends a school for geniuses, Inspiration Academy Private High School. The main man is a genius novelist and writes erotica, like all men of culture do. And despite the negative perceptions many people have of him, he aims to be at the top of his class and be recognized as the world's greatest writer. And that's about it for the story. It's your typical harem show with a dense main character, but what makes this a good addition to the list is the R+ rating, and the decent art style. At number 8, we have Hitsugi no Chika. For 500 years, the taboo emperor, Arthur Gaz, ruled the Gaz Empire with an iron fist and conducted inhumane experiments on his people. But his reign came to an end, when mighty warriors later known as the 8 Heroes defeated him in battle for the capital. I guess Gaz was highly flammable. Sorry, I'm so sorry, but this shit is too dry to try to make it funny. Anyway, fast forward and Toru Akira, a former war veteran, has difficulty settling into the peaceful world, as he cannot find a job where he can put his fighting skills to use. An opportunity appears before him when he meets a kawaii white-haired wizard with a coffin on her back. She hires our guy as well as his adoptive sister Akari to help search for the scattered remains of her father to give him a proper burial. Next, we have My Little Sister is among them. Main character's father has just passed away, and now he must become the head of his father's company. After completing the training to take over, there is just one other stipulation he must adhere to. He will need to find a girl he loves at his new school and marry her by the time he graduates high school. Because anime. Our guy gets transferred to a private academy, and it seems like he has many girls to choose from, and since he's a 2D male Chad with money for days, you would think it's easy. Pfft, no big deal, he's playing on noob difficulty. But when one of the girls he has to choose from is his long-lost half-sister, noob difficulty becomes legendary with boss music playing in the background. And believe it or not, with the tags harem and ecchi, the show is not at all for incest as wincest, hence it will keep you entered with the mystery side along with some nice ecchi scenes. At number 6, we have Invaders of the Roku Gyoma. The story follows a first-year high school student who is faced with finding a cheap place to live by himself. Naturally, he goes for the cheap option. Everything goes well at first until he gets visited by various seemingly mythical figures, all of whom claim ownership of the poor student's apartment. Among the invaders is a ghost supposedly haunting the room, a magical girl, an alien princess, and a direct descendant of the Earth people. But more importantly, each of these 4 girls needs the main man's apartment for her reasons and won't back down without a fight. Funny enough, the show reminds me of a hentai I watched a long time ago, and for that, you should know that shit is good.
ケーキ先輩は巨乳がお好きなんですか？は？声が大きいです。
As far as it goes, many boys, especially in their teenage years, want to have a girlfriend. Or that's what I learned after all the scripts I've read. Thankfully, my weird teenage years, like my old crushes and one-sided love stories, are behind me. Unlike our main characters, which on one eventful afternoon, his days of yearning for a lover seem to come to an end when he receives a love letter from an anonymous sender. But that's not just it. The letter comes with, wait for it, a pair of white panties. To determine the identity of this secret admirer, referred to as Cinderella, he proceeds to investigate several possible candidates, including his seniors, his underclassmen, and his classmates. However, as Keki, our guy, seeks to uncover who this mysterious girl might be, he comes to know about the perverted fetishes hidden behind each candidate's innocent exteriors. Needless to mention, Hinsuki, Are You Willing to Fall in Love with a Pervert as long as she's a cutie, is a fun watch.
的这样轰轰烈烈，可这一点都不像我呢。
Nearing the end is Cupid's Chocolate. We had it on list before and still do because simply the show is a personal favorite and it fits the title and subject of the video perfectly. Our main character, previously a loser, wakes up one day and finds himself still a loser, but a loser with many cute girls fallen for him, due to eating some cursed chocolate. Now, with a chick on each arm, our boy, for stupid reasons, wants to bring them back to their senses instead of flexing on the school. And the key to do that is to fulfill the girl's wishes. Considered a classic among the harem titles, in third place we have Shuffle. In present times, gods and demons coexist together with humans. Rin is a normal young high school student, spending his days living peacefully with his childhood friend Kade. Oh, little did he know. I would have told you what I'm talking about, but that would be considered a spoiler, so never mind. One day, the king of gods, as well as the king of demons and their families, move in to be Rin's next door neighbor, and happens to be both of their daughters are deeply in love with Rin after having met him in the past. Along with his playful friendship with upperclassmen and his encounter with the silent but cute girl, Rin has much on his hands dealing with the affections of these girls. And if that's not enough, here are 3 points why you should add this show to your list. 1. As far as I can remember, it doesn't have a harem ending. Example, one ship will sail while others sink. 2. The show has so many twists with each girl, it keeps things kinda interesting. And 3. You can rewatch the more modern shows like High School DxD and Testament of Sister Devil, but Shuffle is a classic. How many people you know have said they watched Shuffle? Exactly. Be the most cultured guy in your circle. In second place, we have Sugu Momo. In Japanese folklore, a tsukumogami is an object that has gained a soul, becoming alive and self-aware. Now imagining that happening in real life with your figurine. All you foolish lads who bought a Usopp figurine over Nami's must be crying right now. But thankfully, it doesn't need to be like that, as Kazuya Kagami, the main character, has never gone without his mother's obi. How does this relate to the figurine joke? I don't know. Moving on, one day Kazuya nearly loses his life. However, when all seems to be over, his treasured obi, which is a piece of clothing that is tied around the kimono in the midriff area to keep it in place, defends him, transforming into a beautiful girl. She introduces herself as Kiriha, a Sugu Momo owned by Kazuya's mother. With Kiriha's arrival, Kazuya enters a reality he has never seen before, a world with gods, Tsukumogami, and lots of hot babes.
いいからさあ今里行くぞ
あーダメダメ服着てないから照れる
なんでだよ
And in first place, we have quintessential quintuplets. Unlike the previous main characters who entered the worlds of wonders and gods, the main character of this story entered the world of hardship and stupidity. One day during his lunch break, Usagi, the protagonist of this story, argues with a female transfer student who has claimed his seat, leading both of them to dislike each other. That same day, he is presented with a golden opportunity to clear his family's debt by private tutoring the daughter of a wealthy family. He accepts the proposal, especially when the money is 5 times more than the usual rate. And surprise, surprise, the client is none other than the girl he confronted earlier. After unsuccessfully trying to get back on her good side, the main character finds out that his problems don't end there. Itsuki is a quintuplet, so in addition to her, he must also tutor her and her 4 sisters, who also don't want to be tutored. At this point, any guy with common sense would have quit, but since his family's livelihood is on the line, the poor man pushes on, and tried to successfully lead the girls to graduation. Side note, Quintessential Quintuplet Season 2 is airing right now. Hopefully this season brings an end to the ship wars. And with that, I'm afraid the video comes to an end. If you're an awesome person who's still watching right now, we appreciate you. And we wait to see your comment on this video on which quintuplet you ship. And with that being said, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Until the next video, my fellow otakus.